Hello, this is the Lawrence Township ACE Mentor Program, and here is our project. During the beginning of ACE Mentors, we learned about site layout and the different factors used when choosing where to build structures. When learning about site layout, we learned about landscape architecture. Landscape architecture is designing with the environment, not only within residences, but in public spaces as well. It combines both art and engineering. Additionally, we also learned about site layout, which looks at the existing elements in a property and the ones surrounding it. This helped us determine where our container home neighborhood would be located. Once we chose where our neighborhood would be located, we divided the space into individual lots and placed our houses in. And this is my house in our neighborhood.
As the A and ACE, architecture is a fundamental part of this program, and for that reason, I felt the need to represent it well. Design and shape are two key fields in architecture, and I'm sure most of you know by now, shipping containers are rectangular prisms. I took this information and saw it as the perfect opportunity to create a sleek and modern design, as so many others in our group did as well. To accentuate this style, I fit my house with slanted roofs and its own green roof to promote the integration of nature in newer construction. This year, we spent lots of time exploring how we can implement function into design, whether that be through the house itself or even the landscaping in the surrounding areas. As you'll see in a few of our designs, that we use those straight lines to our advantage, making smaller spaces seem bigger and using our limited space in the most efficient ways possible. Another key thing that we were sure to keep in mind throughout the year was teamwork in design. Not only have we created these home designs, but we've taught each other so much more along the way and learned priceless tips and tricks for navigating programs like SketchUp. Here you can see my house in our neighborhood design.
Hello, my name is Giovanna, and now we will move on with architecture as well as construction and engineering. So this is the exterior of my house that I designed. And now I will be focusing on the interior design of my house to show how both a modern look and spacing around the house is being used throughout the day. And I'd like to start saying that during the ACE mentoring meetings, I was able to understand how part of the interior design process is important to consider the architecture structure as well as the engineering and electrical structure, because this impacts the design of the color schemes flooring and finding the ideal furniture to fit the color scheme. First off, as you walk in, we have kitchen, and which I included at the entrance in order to have a more welcoming sensation. Since the kitchen is an important area of modern interaction, having access to the other areas of the first floor, like having living room and the backyard. For someone coming from the grocery shopping and being able to have easy access to the kitchen is really important rather than having to cross over a whole bunch of space. Now to the next to the kitchen, you can find the living room, which has a beautiful view to both the front and backyard. Knowing that the shipping containers have limited spaces, the wide windows give a more expanded feeling to the space and freedom to the outdoors view. In addition, the windows that are meant to be part of the advanced technology that control the heat inside in order to keep a good temperature in the winter and summer. As we move on to the second floor, I added a fancy staircase just to give more to the luxury and a touch of the modern look. And as you reach the second floor, the long hallway is greeted by bedrooms on the side. And at the end is the bathroom. So now the color schemes of the house are neutral, and I wanted that to be pleasant to the eye and have a visible water space.
I'm Henry Eising, and I'm going to be talking about the C and E in ACE, which stands for Construction and Engineering. This year we've discussed several topics under these two fields, including but not limited to MEP, which stands for Mechanical, Electrical, and Plumbing, Site Logistics, and Setting a Foundation. We're talking about laying a foundation. You need to be mindful of where other aspects of the build will go. For example, make sure you have spaced out a place where pipes will go. Yes, that actually goes into the topic of site logistics as well. Site logistics is planning, sequence, and order of your resources on a construction site. From things like making sure you have enough time to build the walls before the ceiling trusses come in, to making sure that the dumpster is in an accessible spot for the garbage truck. MEP is the implementation of mechanical, electrical, and plumbing aspects in a build. My container home, which I designed, implemented a few characteristics of things that we've talked about in our ASU meetings, including consolidated plumbing, which you can't really see it here, but there's a sink here inside of my kitchen, and on the other side of that wall is the guest bathroom. As well, I've also used open spaces inside of my build, and this isn't pictured here, but there I planned on putting some planters in this space as well. Thank you very much for listening to our presentation.